Hello everybody, I wanted to check out this Toneboosters Equalizer Pro, and I have a demo here. It's supposed to be really nice because the types of filters it has, they do all kinds of different things. Right here I have the web page, and on the web page it describes all these specific things that it can do. Really nice, has the the usual stuff for today's most popular EQs, so the spectrum analysis and loudness analysis, all of that stuff in the background, additional to the EQ. And most importantly, it is fully immersive, so you can go up to 64 audio channels. And that's really nice, I guess, for people who are into immersive audio and mixing in that fashion. Also, look ahead without latency. And this is the description of all the different adaptive filters. So transient filters, it's supposed to separate the transients from the sustain, as we've also maybe seen in the split EQ from eventide. Direct and ambience filters, so it can also, as I see, separate the reverb from the direct sound. Sibilance filters to remove the sibilance. Background filters, which is basically upward compression or expansion, or gating. You can do both of those. External sidechain filters, unmask filters. Also, this is gain riding, and brickfall filters. Okay, nice. The steepest filters ever without latency. How much of a phase change that incurs, I really wonder. What I was really interested in with these filters is how it was going to perform the tasks, those specific ones that I can find in maybe other plugins. So reverberation is what I was really interested in, because it's supposed to be like all of that in this just one Equalizer Pro, which would be amazing. And I checked, it doesn't cramp near Nyquist. So seems like a nice, good enough equalizer with all of these additional things added in. So it can enhance your transients, and it's like having the spiff inside of this EQ, and also having the maybe the clarity from waves, which can reverberate, or any other remove reverb plugin within one. And as you've seen just now on the website, many others as well, most probably. So I wanted to check how they work, and I wanted to check something that I can actually compare to something else. So I wanted to compare this reverb thing with something else. I have my voice recorded for that purpose. I just wanted to see how it works on vocals. I have my voice recorded, and I have a reverb from Toneboosters as well. So when I recorded my vocal, I used the reverb that also comes from from their company. I wanted to see how good it's gonna be at removing their own reverb from my vocal. So this is my voice. Let's see how well my voice can be treated with some room on it. Okay, so let's see some room on it. Let's see how well my voice can be treated with some room on it. Now this is the EQ already removing it. So let me try to bypass that. Let's see how well my voice can be treated with some room on it. Sibilant. 1, 2, 3. And now a complete sentence with no pauses in it. It's like the tails are gone. It's almost like it's doing gating, quite simple gating. And it's like the tails are gone, but I can feel that reverb in that pre-delay part of the reverb that happens first. So I can still hear that part, making my voice sound like it's in a room. Let's see how well my voice can be treated with some room. Yeah, I can still feel the room, even though it is removing all the tails, the long tails of the reverb. I can still feel the room. Let's see how well my voice can be treated. Let's see how well my voice can be. It did make it more dry. I mean, that's a definite. I guess it's not just doing the gating, they probably have a specific algo in place. It's okay. It did make it more dry than it was. Let's compare that to the wave's clarity. So let's see how this is going to work at removing that reverb. So with the reverb, let's see how well my voice can be treated. Let's see with the clarity. Let's see how well my voice can be treated. Now, this is next level. This is next level. So yeah, it's not as good as a dedicated, Clarity VX just for removing reverbs. It is all in one plugin. It does do a nice enough job, so it's useful, but it didn't do as well as Clarity is. So if you would have to use something to de-reverberate your vocal, I'm guessing Clarity wins. And not that it's a competition, like this is more than just one tool, but I'm guessing that tool for removing reverbs is not as good as something else that's concurrent on the market. Let's see something else. So I also wanted to see, the split EQ, the way split EQ also handles the transients. So let me just move these two to my master track. I'm gonna see that through the entire song. Yeah, maybe that would be best. Try that on the master track like this. So let me change this filter. And if you want to see more about, this plugin and how it works, I'm sure there's plenty of videos online of people explaining every single filter and what it does. And you can read online. If you want to see me do a video like that, just comment, like, I'll make it. I just thought it was redundant. So let's see. So let's try this on the transients. So I'm going to try to boost the transients first. Let's see how well my voice can be treated. Okay, so with some... Let's use the track and not my vocal. So wait, I'm applying this to the entire signal and I'm boosting those transients. Let me just make sure that what I selected is right. Yeah, transient. So I'm boosting those transients of the entire song super high. Let me see. Yeah, you heard that. And I can select how long these are going to be. So these are the transients he's detecting. You see, I don't feel like it's caught all of them. Maybe if I choose only specific part of the range, yeah. Okay, feel like it's doing a better job when I just show him where the transients are. Yeah, it's much better when you actually show him where the transients lie. And then all of the low frequencies are not interfering in that detection. But I see that the detection is quite, threshold based, kind of. Okay, so let's compare that to the split EQ. So let's see what the split EQ is gonna do. Right there, I'm gonna try it with let's try this with the transient only, like so. Let's try this. And we can actually just listen to those transients. Let's separate more. Actually, I could choose right here. Yeah, the type of thing I'm listening to, but this is the full mix, so this is best. As the analysis, I'll go. So I'm guessing that it's better at detecting transients in the split. I mean, if you don't agree, just, comment. I'll be glad to, go back on my word if I listen to it again and you like show me where the the TB Equalizer Pro was better. But okay, this is like super extreme. I mean, it's doing a good job. It is nice, but okay, this is just listening to only the transients. So let's go out of that. Let's have the same amount of boost. Let's say like 15 dB, like this. Yeah, 15. So let's compare these two. Let me just group this. So, okay, this is the TB equalizer, boosting the transients at, let's say, what is the frequency? Let's do the frequency as well at, let's say, a kilohertz. And let's do this one at 1K as well, at 1K. Wait, so I have to go back on my word. Somehow now the split sounds more artificial. Did I do something wrong here? Am I doing something wrong here? Because the only thing I see me doing here is adding 15 dBs of transients with a shelf right here at 1K. And then also as well, just adding, you know, that much transient with like whatever this decay time is. Maybe this is too short. So honestly, this seems more transparent in adding those transients. This TB, the eventide, actually gives me that spectral, spectral de-resonating kind of feel. That kind of delta, you know. Why is everything sounding like that? Like all filtered out with like those, like a bunch of those filters. There must be something I've done wrong here. I'm really not sure what, but these two sound quite different. And I think I like the Equalizer Pro better in the way it's adding the transients. This is crazy. I've done this beforehand and I was ready to say that I like the split EQ better because I tested it before making the video. But actually in this example, somehow I like the Equalizer Pro's result on the transients better. That's just my opinion right now doing this. You know, if you have a different one and you think I'm wrong and I'm not hearing something, just let me know. Maybe it's these headphones, I'm not used to them. I just got these. It could be that as well. So let me know. And if you don't know what I'm talking about here and you want to learn more about music production, head on over to mixingacademy.com. I have a 40+ hour long course, which is completely free thanks to 11.org. See you in the next video. Bye.